Hey guys, I'm the Tsar, and today I wanted to go over one game from the rank 1 Think player, who was actually the rank 1 player in the world overall. So I want to analyze one of his games and explain everything that he's doing in order to dominate the game. So if you're interested in learning how to play the Thing, how to play tank in general, or you're just curious about very high level gameplay, then pay attention to this video because there's gonna be a lot of valuable information that you can simply copy to dominate your games just like he does. So let's get started. As you can see, this is a very high ranked lobby, like top 500. Really quickly, just to look at the bans and the teams. As you can see, his team banned Groot, which is actually, in case you didn't know, Groot is a very good counter to the Thing. Because if the Thing gets walled by Groot, he can't really get away at all. He can't jump over the walls, he can't really break them, and he also can't really survive by himself because let's say Magneto or Strange get walled by Groot, they can just use their shields, they can use their utility, and they can survive a little bit. But the Thing would be just a sitting duck. So if there's a really good Thing on the enemy team, play Groot and wall him in. Okay, now for the game itself, looks like they're starting on defense.
4, 3, 2, you have to stop them from securing the missionary.
So as you can see, he's not really pushing that far up. He's trying to hold this corner and using it as cover to take as little damage as possible and peek with his right punch. See right here how he's using this wall to kind of stay away from the line of sight of the enemies so he doesn't take that much damage. He's playing this really well. The reason you want to be spamming right punches so much is because not only does it have range and it pierces enemies, but it also gives you like 50 HP every time you use it. So it actually helps you stay alive. So we can see that the enemies are starting to go in, the enemies are starting to be aggressive. And this means that you also have to play a bit slower. Look how he's going back, he's trying to kill the Hulk that is way too deep. And now he's feeling for his teammates, he's playing slow, he's not going all the way trying to dive their backline, he's killing the targets that are right next to him. Look, he stopped the Strange from trying to kill his backline. He's peeling for his backline. He's protecting the backline. So many often you might see the Thing or Hogz or any other tank that go way too deep and end up dying, or they don't protect their backlines and then they turn around and they're like, where's my heals? Well, there are moments when you can be aggressive as tank, and there are moments when you need to be passive. And when the enemy is starting to go all over you, that is when you can play a bit more passive and play slower and protect your teammates from the enemies that are trying to be way too aggressive. Now that the enemy frontline is dead, he can go in on their backline, because they have no one who can protect them. They can't get anywhere there, so they go back and reset and wait for the next fight. This is another thing that I see low elo people make a mistake. They go too far and they get too greedy, they push all the way to their spawn, but you don't need to do that. The fight was already won. Just go back, reset, and wait for the next fight. And again, you see that he's staying behind cover, he's playing around cover. Playing behind the wall and just throwing right punches. He sees the Wolverine going back. He's probably going to look for an ult very soon now. As soon as the enemy starts going in, he's probably going to look for an ult. Probably going to ult like now. Yeah. And again, there's both support ultimates on the point, there's no need to do anything fancy, just hit whatever is in front of you, because everyone's pretty much immortal, there's no need to do anything fancy. Same as now, there's ultimates up, there's support ultimates up, just hit whatever. Again, try and protect his backline, try and protect his Luna from the Wolverine. Because if you let Luna die, if you let your backline die, that's how you lose fights and that's how you lose games. This point is lost, there's no reason to stay anymore, time to go back and prepare for the next fights. One thing I wanted to point out here where he has his ultimate, he doesn't rush in and just slam his ultimate out of nowhere. He's playing very slow and waiting for the enemies to come into him. He's waiting for the enemies to come closer. because there's no need to go all the way back. The enemies have to get the point they're going to come your way anyway. So just be patient, wait them to be closer, and then you can use your ult. Okay, so they lost the first point. That's totally fine. Let's see what happens next. He's trying to survive from the Wolverine. Wolverine's overextended. He's got his ult again. He's probably gonna look for an ult very soon as well again. I'm gonna guess, like, when the supports get a little bit closer, he's probably gonna ult. Very soon. He's a bit low HP, maybe not. Yeah. He was way too low HP there to ult. And that's another thing that I see low elo players do as well. They're about to die, they panic, they get desperate, and they just slam their ult down, not getting anything, wasting their ultimates, they die, and they lose their life, they lose their ultimates, and maybe lose the fight. And I guarantee you that if he didn't die there, or he wasn't about to die there, he would have ulted. But now that he's coming back, there's the next fight happening, he's probably gonna look for an ult. Every time you have your ult up, probably about now, every time you have your ult up, you already have to be thinking about... Yeah. Every time you have your ult up, you have to be already thinking about opportunities to use it. Again, supports are ulting, it's okay to just clobber everything that's in front of you, there's no need to do anything fancy. Again, his Mr. Fantastic is going in, and because his Mr. Fantastic is going in and creating space, this is a time when he can use that space to be more aggressive. I think this is a bit too deep maybe. Nope, his team is right behind him. Still a bit too deep because the enemy spawn is right over there. Yep, now they're gonna again reset and prepare for the next fight. Again, playing a corner and just peeking out with punches. He's a bit low, he's probably gonna E away soon. Interesting, he didn't E away. No, because they had Luna ultimate. Ah, that was so unlucky. Why? Yeah, he said it. That was so unlucky. His ultimate got blocked by this ledge, bro. Holy. Yeah, he's so mad. Look at him. He knows. That was so unlucky. But to explain what's happening right here. His Luna is ulting, which means he can start pushing in. And the team entirely can start pushing in. However, they are down one player. The Hela is probably gonna die very soon as well, and the Magneto is ulting and is probably gonna kill the Luna. So this fight is not looking good, especially with his ultimate. I don't know if this was the best ultimate. He does get the Luna, but I don't think he can kill her by himself. And like I said, they're one person down, maybe another person down. This fight, I don't think that it's winnable, even if he does hit his ultimate here. This is exactly the mistake I mentioned previously, where you kind of panic and you feel forced to use up your ultimate in order to win the fight. But most often than not, it's not a good idea because the fight is already lost. And you can't really salvage a fight that's already lost. If it's very close, if, for example, maybe Hela died but not the Invisible Woman, maybe that would have been better. But considering the enemies, I don't think this was the best ultimate. And it was also very unlucky here. Like getting blocked by the ledge. Yeah. I think this was one of those panic ultimates that would not have really gotten anything done. Like, even if he does kill the Luna there, the enemy team would just probably turn around and kill him. Like, he would be surrounded by the entire enemy team, even if he manages to ult the Luna. Look, she even got bubbled by the Magneto. So this was one of those panic ultimates that I don't think were very good, and he probably realized as well. Oh, they're down one player already. They're down two people. They might try to touch. Actually, the point is quite far. They're gonna try to fight, but this is a losing battle because they're down two people. Another thing to mention here. The Strange ulted, he got replied. Now, because Invisible Woman ulted, the enemy team, this is the moment where you start to play more passive. When the enemy support use an ultimate, that's not the time to be pushing in. That's the time to just wait it out a little bit, have some patience, and play a bit slow. However, for the thing, that's the moment when you can play aggressive, when your supports will use an ultimate, then when you can play aggressive. See, now the enemy invisible rolled to use an ultimate, and he immediately went out, because you do not want to be fighting there. You're at a huge disadvantage. You want to be playing safer. He's not rushing in, he's like playing very slow, waiting it out a little bit, and it still doesn't matter, because they have the support ult, and they lose the fight. The enemy captures the point. There's no need to go and fight now, because the point has literally just been captured and you'll just be feeding the enemies. Hela is dead again. They've down one player. They can't really fight this. So they just have to be patient again. But you see how he's using this corner, he's using this wall to not get immediately destroyed by the enemy team. So many times I see low elo tanks trying to hold from here where there's not any cover, when all you have to do is just stay here. Maybe the other side, just stay next to a corner, play next to some cover, and you will die less. And also the enemy can't really push you out, because in order to damage you, they would have to come out all the way over here, which means now they are the ones that don't have cover. So your team can shoot them for free. And again, even here, look, he's using this wall to be out of line of sight of the enemies. So he doesn't take unnecessary damage. Again, right here, his Luna is going to ult, which means this is the time to be aggressive. This is the time to push in. Look how they're all going in. He's using his ultimate. And now you just kind of fight, because there's too many support ultimates. You just kind of brawl right now. Looks like you're down one player, so you have to be slower. Yep. They're down one player. They're down support ultimates. So they now have to be safer a little bit. The invisible one is maybe gonna ult. Yep. You see what he's doing? He's playing very patient. He's not going in like a maniac. He's waiting out things. He's not rushing in. He's playing slow and dealing with the enemies as they come up. The Wolverine is on him, so he tries to damage him. Then the Strange comes in. The Strange goes away. Now the Hela is right in front of him. Time to damage the Hela. And stay in the support ultimate. Hela is dead. Okay, now I can be more aggressive. More people die, even more aggressive. This is the time to be aggressive, when the enemy team is down supports, when the enemy team is down players actually. They're gonna be aggressive. Because the enemy team can't really fight at this advantage. Now they've got their kills. The fight is won. Time to go back, reset, and prepare for the next fight. Again, look, playing next to cover, playing next to the wall. He's not pushing all the way to Narnia, to their spawn. Just be a little bit patient, and you will see things be so much better. Right, enemy starts coming in. Time to back away a little bit. Prepare for the fight, so you don't die before the fight even happens. Rolling here. He's probably gonna ult now, like very soon. Yup. You can see that he's preparing to ult because he starts going in. He starts being a little bit more aggressive. He starts pushing, getting closer, trying to get closer to the backline. Not the best ult, but that's whatever. Again, the enemy invisible woman support, and now he just backs away, just wait it out. There's no need to fight. Using the wall for cover, just spamming punches. Luna ulted, so you can be a bit more aggressive.
I am ready to put on a show.
Yeah, when support ultimates happen, like I said, you just kind of punch people as you see them. Ooh. I don't know if that was unlucky or not, but there's a very good tip that I can give you specifically against Strange. When you use your shift, you are immune to crowd control, meaning you are immune to Strange ultimate, you are immune to stuns, you are immune to freezes. So I think he maybe tried to use the shift. He probably, yeah, I think he tried to interrupt the Strange. But I don't think you can do that. However, if he kept his sprint up, if he kept his shift going, he wouldn't have gotten stunned here by the Strange ultimate. So that was one thing to keep in mind. When you're against Strange and you think his ultimate is about to come out, keep your shift and you can use it to not be stunned by the Strange ultimate. Wow, they actually hold this. Nice. Now let's see what happens on attack. Because the way you play on attack is a little bit different than the way you play on defense. On defense, you kind of hold your corner, wait for the enemy team to come into you, wait for the enemy team to push, and you fight them as they come. However, on attack, my guess is he's probably going to be a bit more aggressive and he's going to use his E, his jumps, to go back. So he's going to go in, maybe do some damage, maybe fight a little bit, and then use the E to go back out. Wow, here's a very, very underrated tip for tanks, and not only tanks, just for playing the game in general, that I see way too many people not do. As you're going somewhere, as you're trying to push, as you're trying to flank or just do anything, just turn around and look where your team is. I'm sure you've had moments where a Spider-Man or a Black Panther or a Hulk or anything just goes all the way in, but you're not anywhere near close to even try and help them because they go in too early. They didn't turn around and see where your team is. Just turn around. It takes 1 second and now you know my team is here. I have to wait for them to be closer. I have to go in at the same time as my team. I can't go in all by myself because I'm gonna die. Right? Waiting for his team. Again, playing cover. Not going all the way here to take free damage. He's trying to go from cover. Going to pick some damage. Do damage, do damage. Probably gonna look for an E soon, maybe. No, he's back to full HP. Sick. Now he's gonna look for an E to go out, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Just holding the wall. Again, holding this corner, using the cover. He's not all the way here trying to punch things. He's staying here, charging up his punch, and then peeking. Oh, yeah, that was maybe too deep. I think maybe he should have held this part. I don't know. Maybe Mr. Fantastic would have been better here. I don't know. Yeah, I guarantee you, like, he thinks he's fine here, he thinks he's fine, and all of a sudden he's like, oh my god, I'm dead, I'm dead. Yeah. The idea with the thing is, and this is also available for Captain America or the Hulk or Thor, is that you want to go in when you're full HP, and when you're around half HP, even before that, you're already thinking about how to get out. Because if you wait until you're like 200, 300 HP, by the time you try to get out, you're probably already going to die. So if you're full HP, you can play a bit more aggressive. Okay, I can go in. When you start taking damage, especially as you get closer to half HP, that's when you can be like, okay, I have to get out. I have to prepare to get out. I'm sure you've also seen so many times Hulks or Captains America that are overstaying too much. Or even the Thing, they are overstaying too much, trying to force a kill, trying to force something, and end up dying because they're not thinking about the way of how to get out. They only think about how to go in, kill their backline, do some damage, do stuff, but then they end up dying because they stay way too longer. See? See what he did here? What I just said earlier. When the enemy range is ulting, you can use your shift to be immune to it. Look, the enemy range is just ulting and he's gonna use his shift and not be stunned by it. There you go. The invisible woman gets stunned, but he doesn't. Even though he's technically in the range, right? Because the invisible woman just got hit right next to him. So you can use your shift to not be stunned by the strange. And actually maybe try and block some of the damage. Probably gonna think about, yep, see? What I said earlier. He takes some damage. He's about half HP. He's half HP and he's already going to be out. Still dies. He still ended up dying, but you saw how he was already thinking about how to get out. They've downed the Luna, so I think they're gonna back away right now, yeah. They're gonna wait for the Luna and maybe go in afterwards. Because you can't really go in without a support. And again, right here, he's using this wall for cover. He's not going all the way over here. He's staying right here and just spamming punches from behind the cover. Again, the same tech. Enemy's range is ulting and you can just shift it away. He's probably gonna ult very soon. Yeah, you can see that he's already starting to press W. He's already starting to try and go for the backline, trying to be more aggressive. He's probably gonna ult. Yeah, I don't think the ultimate goes. I don't think it goes with this thing. I'm pretty sure it gets blocked by this. So, yeah, I don't think he can. He could have ulted her here. Also, a very good tip is that the thing's ultimate is not like incredible. However, you can use it to force enemy support ultimates so that your DPS can kill them afterwards. The thing's ultimate is good, but it's not the best. It's really good for forcing support ultimates though, so that other ultimates which are better can be used afterwards when the supports don't have their ultimates. Again, he's just fighting. The Luna is dead, going back for his teammates. Trying to go for the back line. They get the back line. The point is captured and already they're going forwards to take up more space. So many times I see this mistake where the payload is taken or the point is captured and the entire team is just sitting around doing nothing, waiting for the objective to go further. Instead, the point is already taken. Start pushing forwards a little bit. Start taking up space. Prepare for the next fight. By doing this, you're denying the enemies from using this space by themselves. You're taking away this place from the enemies. They can't use this position because you're pushing it or you're trying to push it.
To its destination.
Look how much further they're going. The point is all the way over there, but they are all the way over here. Because if the next fight happens around here, all this time, your point, your payload, is moving forwards. But if you're fighting on the payload, if you're fighting on the objective, all of that time, the objective is not moving because the enemies are there. But if you're fighting this far up ahead, you're gaining progress. And here, he's not going so deep. He's taken up some space, and now he's waiting for the enemies to come to him. He's got his ultimate up, and I guarantee you he's thinking about how he's going to use his ultimate. Right? Yep. Oh, that was so unlucky. He got stunned by the Bucky. That was so unlucky. Now, the Luna is ulting, so he can be aggressive, he can start going in. Again, he takes damage, half HP, going back. Now the enemy is ulting, and it's time to be passive. Just play a bit safer. Enemy ults are over, now you can be aggressive. You have your support ultimate, you can be even more aggressive. Probably gonna look for another ultimate soon. Yep. See, he forced up the Luna ultimate. He uses the shift to be immune to the Estrange. They probably lost this fight because they used the enemy used a lot of ultimates, but again, he has his ultimate. He's already thinking about opportunities to use it. The enemy Strange is using his ultimate, so he's countering it with the shift so he doesn't get stunned. Your supports use ultimates, be aggressive. Enemy supports use ultimates, play slower, be patient. The game is very one step forward, one step back, one step forward, one step back, until someone gets an advantage. Like, you can see he's not doing anything super fancy. He's just being patient, going in when his team has ultimates or when his teammates have killed an enemy, and he's playing patient, he's playing safer when the enemy is being aggressive. See, the enemies are starting to go backwards, which means this is your time to be going forwards, which is what he does right now. This is probably a bit too deep. Yeah, that was very close. That was a bit too deep. Again, playing a bit slower, moving around cover. Just doing some damage, playing around the card for cover. See, the enemies are starting to go backwards, they're playing a bit safer. And now they're gonna be a bit more aggressive. This is all of... yeah. Damn, that was a really nice ultimate. Wow. He just got it and he instantly uses it. That was nice. Unfortunately, nobody dies right from it, but he stunned 4 enemies. Yeah. Now going back, trying to clear the enemies. And because the fight is won, I'm surprised they didn't push up a little bit further here. Maybe it wasn't necessary. Yeah, now the point is, look, the Luna. The point is captured. This Luna is completely out of position right here. And what is he doing? Is immediately going for her.
Vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Yep. Look, it's not just him. Mr. Fantastic is here. Magneto is here. Hela is here. Basically, everyone on his team is here. Except for the Luna who's on the point. But again, look how far the payload is. And how much further they've pushed as a team. Again, they're taking up this space. So that if a fight happens, the point is not going to be stopped. It's going to keep pushing for as long as they're fighting here. And playing slow. There's no need to be pushing the enemies all the way up to their spawn, which is such a huge mistake that I see all the time. People playing and pushing the enemy team all the way to their spawn when you don't have to. Just holding a corner, holding some cover is more than enough. Playing slow, have some patience. I think patience is probably the most needed thing that everyone needs. Taking a lot of damage, so just playing a bit slow. Using cover and again just picking punches. Again, Mr. Fantastic is going in with his ultimate, he's creating space, he's making the enemies panic a little bit, so he's using this opportunity to go in and apply more pressure. Maybe get a heal. Help the Mr. Fantastic. Probably gonna die here. That was very, very close. Very close. Again, now he's not playing super aggressive because he has to be waiting for his team. Before, his team was all the way back here. So he's waiting for them to be in a position to fight together. Now that his team is here. Oh my god, that was so unlucky. Wow. That was so unlucky. He got frozen right as he tried to use his ult. Wow, that was so unlucky. But I guarantee you, but right here, he's at 90% ultimate and he's already thinking about how he's going to be using his ultimate. And as soon as he goes in, he gets his ultimate and instantly uses it. Unfortunately, he gets frozen. But you saw that as soon as you get closer to your ultimate or as soon as you have it, think about how to use it. Low HP, prepare to go out. Anticipate the fact that you will have to get out. Wow, and the enemy team just C9s. Yeah. So let's look at the final stats right here. 31,000 damage, 68,000 damage block, 14 final hits. Wow. He had as much damage as the Hela. And of course this aura farming MVP screen. Damn. That's just aura right there. Okay, so to summarize on how to play the thing or just how to play tank in general is probably the most important thing would be patience and playing around a corner, playing around some cover, not going in like a maniac. Wait for your team to be able to help you. The main reason that tanks die is because they are being too aggressive when they don't have to, or when they can't be aggressive, because their team is not in position to help them. And for the thing or other divey type tanks, when you go in, you already have to keep the idea in the back of your head that you have to get out soon. Before you even hit half HP, before you even get lower than that, you already have to be thinking about how to get out, staying alive, and not staying too longer so you end up dying. You go in, try to get a kill or something. If you don't, it's fine. If you start taking damage, especially as you get lower, already be thinking about how to get out. Forcing the kill, getting a kill would be incredible value, but if you die, all of that is wasted. It's better to go in, distract them a little bit, do some damage, apply some pressure, but then getting out without any kills or anything, just getting out, staying alive, keeping the fight going. So this was the Hogz, the #1 Think player who was actually rank 1 in the world. And if you want me to analyze your games like this or find out your mistakes or things you can do better, I also offer coaching, link in the description. Thanks for watching. Now go and apply this and get yourself some wins with the thing.